Hey guys, so I'm taping this introduction after I've already painted the painting and mixed the paint and explained everything on this video. I wanted to say a few things before we get started. As I was editing the video and going through what I had done, I added a lot of pop-ups on things that will help you while doing this process that I forgot to mention while I was pouring or while I was mixing paint, or just, in my opinion, things that are super important. So look for those, as well as not just the recipe, but the other things that I added after in editing. I hope you guys enjoy this. I know I'm having super fun with this technique. I think you'll be shocked at how easy it is. And like I said, it's pretty foolproof. So I'm looking forward to hearing your guys' results, and I hope you guys have as much success with this as I do, and create amazing paintings. So let's start with the recipe. Thanks, guys. All right, you guys. So I'm just gonna dive into it. I know everybody's eager to figure it all out. So it should come as no surprise to anyone that the key ingredient to this is Creative Inspirations paint. That's what I used for my pearl pour, and I have been trying to control the colored cells for probably a month before I first did my first pour. And I must have done 50 canvases, you guys. I mean, small canvases, 3x3, 6x6, 8x8. And it was frustrating because the cells would just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow into each other and blob into each other. And it just, I couldn't control them. But I knew there had to be a way. There had to be some kind of recipe to wrangle those Creative Inspiration cells. So I found a way. So first, let's do some housekeeping. The white I use in every single video is titanium white, Creative Inspirations. My first video was white, titanium white, and yellow ochre. My second video was cadmium orange hue and scarlet lake and titanium white. And then my third video was sky blue and what they call cobalt blue. Now, that's why I kind of laughed in my last video and I said, I don't care what anybody says, I'm calling it periwinkle. I don't think this is anything like cobalt blue, but that is what Creative Inspirations calls it. So I don't know, you guys. I just pretend to play along. So those are the paints I've used so far. So after my first video of doing the yellow and seeing that this works, I had the red on hand, I had the orange on hand, I had the two blues on hand. Like I've said before, I mix Creative Inspirations paint and have for a long time with Amsterdam paints or with Liquitex paints or with other paints. I feel like it's a decent paint when mixed with others, and it's very, very, very inexpensive. You can get like a liter of the paint or a gallon, or gosh, I don't know, you guys. But I think like a jug, like the size of Floetrol was like $19 at Jerry's. You have to buy 4 in order to get free shipping. So keep that in mind. But they do have the smaller sizes, obviously. This size. And then they also have this size. And these are like $1.99 each at Jerry's. I believe Jerry's is the only one that sells this paint. Maybe, I've seen it on Amazon too, but Jerry's is predominantly the owner of Creative Inspirations. I bought this kit from Jerry's of these 30 paints for $39. And then I also bought another kit, I think of 9 paints for $20 that included bronze, copper, silver, red, yellow, blue, I think, and black, and another metallic that I can't think of right now. So yeah, so I got a bunch of different paints. After I did the yellow video and it worked, I ordered this 30 color set because I wanted to continue testing other colors. And from what I found, most colors work. If you guys want to take this morning I was doing some other tests, but these are just some other colors I did this morning. They all work. But again, on such a small canvas, you don't really know what's going to happen. Everything is kind of a guessing game, to be honest, with this technique, because all you can really know is that it's going to work. Even on that 8x8 canvas, it shows me it works, but it doesn't. Once I went to 20x20 with the yellow, that yielded such a different result. So the yellow yielded such a different result. So when I started, this is the yellow I got. And I was like, okay, well, I guess that's cool. So then I added white and that's what I got. Right? I did it again. That's what I got. I got more of like the swirls, I guess, but it doesn't even compare to the detail and definition of the cells I got on this yellow one that has like swirls and bullseyes and just all kinds of different patterns inside each cell. So that was kind of a surprise, even for me, when I did that video. So again, you can do tests all you want, but until you go big, you don't really know what's going to happen. But as long as the cells stay controlled and they don't grow out of control and grow off your canvas, and like, you're in good shape, I feel like. And like I said in my last video, in my blue video, at the end after I put down the paint and I just said, God, trust the process. You just have to trust the process. And I just let it be. And that's kind of what this technique is all about. Is, I mean, it makes me nervous every time I do it, but every time it works out great. So, the other day I did a metallic one that I'm going to be posting with 2 different metallic colors. Creative Inspiration metallic colors work as well. You'll have to wait and see that result. But I have yet to come across colors that don't work. Even the Scarlet Lake Red, that didn't really produce cells, that just produced dots, it still added color to the end result. So it still did something, you guys. Okay, so here's where we're starting. We are gonna start with my puddle paint. Today, I am gonna do just a 2-color painting on a 24 by 24 canvas. I believe during all my tests, I have found, or I think I have found, because you don't really know until you go bigger, but the presence of the bullseye pattern occurs when you just do white and one other color. And then once you start mixing colors, the insides of the cells start mixing and you get a different result, obviously. So I am just gonna go back to basics and go back to a 2-color pour to see if that's what I get. I guess we're gonna find out. All right, you guys, I have so many arguments with myself. It's awful. So I decided I am doing a pour today. Final answer. I am using cobalt blue and titanium white. I am doing a 2-color pour because I believe the 2 colors gets me the bullseye look and the cool dimensions in the cells, and it doesn't get all muddied up once you add more colors. So I am going with these, and we will mix them and try it out, I guess. I just like this color. It's such a pretty, I just did a test, like such a pretty color. It's periwinkle, you guys. And this is not cobalt blue. Can somebody write creative inspirations and say cobalt blue is not this color? Making me crazy. But I guess we're all gonna start calling that cobalt blue because that's what they call it. So, all right, so how much paint you need? My personal recommendation and what I do every single time for almost every single painting I do is I go to the Left Brain Artists website. I think it's leftbrainedartist.com. I'll put it in the description to link to his website. And he has a calculator and you enter how big your canvas is, the depth, if you have like a gallery wrap canvas of 1.5 inches or 1/2 inch or whatever, and whether your paint is thick, thin, or medium, and it tells you exactly how much paint you need, okay? So for this 24 by 24 canvas that I'm doing today, it says I need 26 ounces of paint. So what I have learned through doing this technique, 40% needs to be black, the pour over color, and 60% needs to be the color that you're using, okay? So for 26 ounces of paint, I need 16 ounces of color. So I need 8 ounces of each color that I'm using. And you guys know me, and I always mix too much paint, and I like mixing too much paint, and I'd rather have too much paint than not enough paint, so that's what I do. So I'm gonna mix 10 ounces because if I need to do touch-ups or if I need to do stuff after, I like to have my paint mixed, and I like that option. So, but I have found when I go to his calculator, it works perfectly. So I don't know why every time I need to add extra paint, I may not use all of it. I mean, you guys, I use this white so often now doing these techniques that I could probably mix 50 ounces of this and go through it by the end of the week. So I'm gonna mix 10 ounces. So I'm going to use 2.5 ounces of paint. Oh, look at that, you guys. On the money. Getting good at this. All right, 2.5 ounces of Creative Inspirations Titanium White. Again, there it is. Make sure I have you guys centered. Okay, so then 1 part paint, 2 parts Floetrol. So I'm gonna go 5 ounces of Floetrol. Guys, that's 5.01. But it doesn't matter. You guys, you know me, I mix my paint so bad. If it's 5.2, it's not gonna matter. I don't, this isn't chemistry, thank God, because I failed that in college. I don't know, I just didn't, you know. Measuring is not like my thing. Accuracy is just not my thing. I'm an artist. You know, do what you can. Science is, I enjoy science, but it's thankfully, this is very forgiving. So I have 1 part paint, 2 parts Floetrol. I'm going 1 part water. I'm not gonna say use water to thin to get consistency, because that's basically like telling you guys, figure it out. I hate it. Put in the comments if you hate that. People need to stop doing that, because that's so frustrating, because water matters. Like, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. 1 part, you guys, put in half each time, and it makes it easier to mix. I did a little more than half. I didn't want to put that much water in, but you know what? Guess what? It's working. But what I've noticed is if you don't put the Floetrol and mix it up really good with this Creative Inspirations, and then you add water, it turns to cottage cheese. It eventually thins out if you mix the heck out of it, but do yourself a favor. Mix the Floetrol first, and then mix it really good, and then add the water like half each time, like half of whatever you're using. 2.5. Guys, today's my lucky day. Now with the water, I try to get as close as possible, you guys. Like in almost every single one of my pours, if I pour too much water, like if I'm 0.2 over on water, I just dump it out in an extra cup, and it ends up being like a teaspoon or whatever. Do I think that matters? I don't know, but the water, I feel like, again, is one of the most important. Either you're too thin or you're not thin enough. Same with the pearl recipe. If you don't put enough water in, it's not gonna create pearl cells. So, I mean, water to consistency frustrates me with these people. So all those people out there that say add water to consistency, please be a little more precise in your directions. All right, so we have 1 part paint, 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part water. Boom, that's my white. So my periwinkle. Well, my cobalt blue. I am going, again, I don't want that much. Now I'm gonna put toothpaste back in the tube. All right, you guys. Okay, I'm happy with that. 2.47. Then I'm gonna go 5, again, of Floetrol. Guys, I'm about ready to buy one of those Floetrol strainer things that you add. I'm about done with my sock. I'm gonna blame that on why I'm so messy. It's not my fault. So these other colors are a little more forgiving. They don't cottage cheese like the white does. But I think you guys, and I'm gonna say this, I don't know how many times, but I'm gonna say it right now because it's very, very important. I believe the white is the key. The white is the key to all of this. Just like the white creates the pearl cells, I believe the white adds the structure to the cells, well, part of the structure to the cells, and kind of contains them, okay? If you are going to buy Creative Inspirations paint, buy extra white. I think I bought like 6 of these because they're out of the gallon jugs or whatever, because I don't know, I wanted to see what colors I liked first before I bought the big gallon jugs. But buy white. This is more important than I think anything else. Okay, so I did 1 part paint, 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part water. So I'm gonna go 2.5. I'm gonna start with 1.2. Just makes it so much easier to mix, you guys. The paint just thickens up nicely when you use 1 part of water at a time. Okay, 1.2, so now I'm going to 2.5. Going to dump my other periwinkle, cobalt blue, that I just did for my test before this into here. It was mixed the exact same way. And why I did it, I already had it from like the leftover paint of my other one, and I saved the paint in this little tiny mason jar that I had, like this little jam jar. And so I was like, oh, I'll just fill that for my test, and if it doesn't like work, then I'll use, then I won't have to dirty up a bigger mason jar. But so, okay, so there's my explanation on that. So the black. On to the black. The black is Artist Loft, soft body black. I've tried a lot of blacks. Amsterdam also works. A very different result. The next video I post is going to be with Amsterdam black to show you guys the results. Very different, super neat. But if you like the 4 or 3 that I've done so far, they've all been done with this Artist Loft black. This all kind of started with Amsterdam for me, and that was the first paint that sort of got the cells under control. So I need 11 ounces of black. So I'm gonna mix 14 just because that's what I do. So I'm gonna go 4 ounces of black. And yes, I also bought my Michaels out of Artist Loft Black, so I apologize if you live in Arizona near me, because just like someone went on a bender and bought all the canvases in Arizona. No lie, this is not a lie. When they had their 70% off sale, someone bought them all. I think I know who it is, but yeah, if you're looking for Artist Loft Black in Arizona, you're welcome. You won't find it because of me. Or maybe in 2 weeks you will. Who knows? You guys, I'm only kidding. They keep that stuff pretty stocked. Okay, 4 ounces black. I'm gonna go 4 ounces of Floetrol. So now the pour over is 1-to-1 Floetrol to water. And I have tried many different recipes, adding water, making this thicker, making the creative inspirations thinner, making, like, you guys, and I did a little too much Floetrol, so I'm gonna add more paint, but 1-to-1, you guys. I just added 0.3 more, okay? Because I added 0.3 too much Floetrol. If I think there's anything that's more important than any other color, I think it's this pour over color. And the white. Water. So now I did 4.3 ounces of black, 4.3 ounces of Floetrol. So now I'm gonna go 1.5 water. So I am going to do 6.45-ish, 6.5-ish, right? I'm gonna go half though. I'm gonna go 3, just to start off. Mix it up. .42. Good enough for me. All right, let's get going on this. All right, you guys, full disclosure. I just got nervous, so I put down newspapers because you all know how I like to wring out my newspapers and save my paint. And also, while I was doing that, I had a panic attack and I decided to add GAC 800 into each of my paints. I did not do it on the 20x20, the yellow 20x20. I did do it on the 24x24, and I did do it on the 24x36 only because I was using so much paint and I was so concerned about the consistency and cracking or crazing. And so, I mean, I didn't even put a lot in. I just put it enough to like make me feel better about it. I don't know. I don't even know if it does anything, you guys. All the tests that I showed you earlier, all those greens and blues and everything, none of those had GAC 800 in them. So the cells are created not by the GAC 800, but by the creative inspirations. But because this is such a big canvas and because it's so much paint, I have the GAC 800 and it made me feel better. How's that? So use it your own desire. And yes, I'm painting over another one that I did that I didn't like. I was working on some other stuff as well, not just this technique, but something else that may be coming soon. And I thought I had it figured out, so I went to a big canvas and nope, didn't have it figured out. So these things happen, such is life. I wasted paint and I'll keep trying. And I'm sure I'll figure it out. But for right now, I just painted over this canvas and should be enough, you guys. Guys, these cells, I don't even want to touch it. These cells right in here are so touchy. And I did another one the other night and I tilted it too much and I'm just gonna leave it. I just have to let it do its course and hope it fills in. I've got a lot of really awesome bullseyes happening, a lot of really cool things. So I just have to let it be. Man, this corner again.
I can't believe we're holding on to what we've already given up. It's like we're pacing around the obvious. Separate lives, different stories, 2 out of 4 of us are all fed up. Well, you and I play with fire, but don't say nothing. we should just tell them.
All right, you guys, there was this massive storm and I taped the wet results with my lights on and the storm has passed, and so now I can do it without the glare of the recessed lighting and the painting. The sun is back out. So this is super cool because I got a lot of the really cool detail like I did in the yellow one. And like cells just up until the very, very, very corner of the piece. But a lot of the cool like bullseye cells and just, I mean, it's just so cool because it's exactly how I poured it. But then you have some with like a blue bullseye, and then you have these up here with a white bullseye. So I don't know the magic that happens with these cells, but it's just so super cool. And then you start getting into the middle, and these cells, you guys, are gigantic. I can't wait until it dries. I literally think some of these are like 1.5 inches or 2 inches wide. They're huge. Again, down to the bottom, you still have all this like super cool detail in the cells. And then I'm guessing this is just the middle of the painting, like the top where the cobalt blue sat on the top. It's so not cobalt blue, but whatever. It's gonna be an argument. I'm gonna argue until I die. It's periwinkle, you guys. Let me know if you think this is cobalt blue. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what cobalt blue is, but this certainly does not remind me of cobalt blue. But this corner, I mean, just these cells, like, and whether they're like white with the detail or let's just call it blue with the detail. I don't know what determines it. You guys, I just don't know, but all I do know is that this is a really cool technique. And I can't wait to show you it dry. So I will bring you guys back when it's dry. Hey guys, so this technique truly never gets old. I love it, and I'm gonna keep doing it probably because I have a lot of other avenues I can explore doing this and using a lot of different colors, and I don't know, this is just kind of a fun technique, and I'm enjoying it right now. So one thing I did want to note on this color, so I know a lot of you are probably thinking, why did she do periwinkle again, or cobalt blue, whatever. And the reason I did this color again is because I wanted to prove to myself and to you guys and show you guys that this all this detail that I got in the yellow one as well had nothing to do with the yellow color. It is all about just using a two colors on the canvas. And when I used this color with the sky blue, the designs in the cell got all jumbled up. And they mixed, and it's okay. It turned out great. But if you're looking for this specific, like really cool details in the cells and the bullseyes and the fun, I just think it's a really cool look. then so far, the only way I have been able to get this consistently across a canvas is with just 2 colors. And it seems, I mean, again, you guys, this is my 4th canvas that I'm doing this, and I'm sharing the recipe with you guys. So I'm still learning as well. So, it's just a really super fun technique. So I don't know, like all the stuff that I put in the video, all the pop-ups, everything that I say about this, like it could change, you guys. I could change my mind in a week. I mean, I'm still learning. So, yeah, so then you get into the center where these are all like huge. These cells start to get like ginormous. And they get kind of mixed and muddy, and I really like the edges, and I'm gonna have to try to figure out, I have some ideas on why the edges get these patterns and nowhere else does. And so I'm gonna keep testing, and I'm hoping that maybe I can figure it out. But one thing I did want to show you guys like these cells, this cell is 1 7/8. This one is like 1 3/4. This one is like 2 inches. So these in the middle just got huge all in here. And again, I don't know why these got so big and the other ones didn't, but I am gonna keep doing this and seeing how it works. Hey guys, I just wanted to jump in here real quick and show you how different they actually are. I just had them sitting next to each other in my living room and was like, God, they aren't even the same at all. So it's shocking how little of the periwinkle showed up on the big one when you see them together, that there's only like a couple little swaths of the periwinkle on the 24 by 36, but looking at them side by side, the smaller one even looks less like cobalt blue and more like a, well, periwinkle slash lavender slash, I don't know. So whatever, you guys. But that's what you're gonna get. So I just wanted to show you that they are very, very different. So thanks for watching, you guys, and let me know as you do this technique. Let me know how it works for you. Let me know if you guys are having successes. It really makes me feel good, warms my heart when you guys let me know that recipes that I give you actually work and you created something amazing that you would hang on your wall. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.